Amidst the roaring sea remain tranquil. Marcus Aurelius. Imagine an impenetrable inner fortress from which no critic can shake you, no misfortune disturb you, no seducer of vice undermine you. Within those unassailable walls you reign supreme, master of your perceptions, principles, and actions. No person, no event, no temptation holds sway over this inner citadel, your very soul, your moral purpose. This sanctuary of the self is the Stoic's most priceless treasure, and the path to its gates winds through 11 forbidden subjects. By training one's tongue to avoid idle talk on wealth and fame, personal dreams and problems, the faults of others, uncertainties that plague the mind, and plans envisioned but not yet real, the door to this invincible inner domain cracks open. Tread further down the Stoic's way. Embrace the disciplines that strengthen reason and ethics. Soon the entrance yawns wide before you, inviting you into lasting refuge, purpose, and peace. Today we will explore 11 subjects of taboo and unveil how silencing them helps fortify the soul and perfect judgment. This wisdom of the ages holds urgent relevance for us now in calming inner turmoil and lighting society's way forward. That journey begins here. Listen closely. The wise Stoic knows that wealth, reputation, and worldly achievements are merely preferred indifference, things that may be pursued but should never be valued for their own sake. A true Stoic is not moved by the loss of riches, the whispers of critics, or the fading glory of honors bestowed. These are fleeting things, no more lasting than morning dew. The Stoic focuses instead on the only true good, virtue, developing wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. This is the Stoic's purpose. External items like money, fame, and success may come, or they may go, but the Stoic remains unperturbed, eyes fixed on the soul treasure that cannot be taken away, moral excellence. Suffering may lurk around each corner, but the Stoic moves through life with tranquil purpose, seeking not to gain what is not theirs, but to use what is given well. Wealth makes a poor master, but a decent servant. Reputation is an unreliable judge. Achievements never satisfy like excellence of character. The Stoic will not discuss these lesser things, for they would only distract from the greatest purpose, perfecting one's reason, ethics, and soul. This is true mastery. This is the path of peace. The virtuous Stoic performs good deeds quietly, with no thought of praise or recognition. They act solely out of duty, not for any selfish motive. A true Stoic does not speak of the hungry they have fed, the lost they have sheltered, or the weak they have aided. They find no reason to mention it. For them, a good deed is its own reward. Discussing one's own virtues can breed arrogance and vanity. The wise remain humble, focused only on improving themselves each day. They have no wish to be put on a pedestal or spoken of with admiration. Their fulfillment comes from aligning their actions with what is right, nothing more. When we do good expecting reward, our efforts become tainted and less noble. But the Stoic acts from pure principle, without wanting anything in return. Their quiet virtue supports society like the solid beam supports the roof, steady, sturdy, hidden from view. They do not seek credit or stoke their pride through conversation. For fulfillment, the Stoic looks inward, not outward for the fickle praise of others. This is the only sure path to satisfaction. The wise Stoic keeps their most cherished dreams locked silently within, never vocalizing hopes nor divulging visions of what could be. For putting our dreams into words makes them vulnerable, exposing innermost desires to failure, ridicule, or compromise. Verbalized dreams drain their ethereal potential. Instead, the Stoic holds their dreams closely in mind, letting images of future accomplishment drive daily progress. They focus not on the possible fruits of achievement, but on the discipline required to reach them. Glory, fame, or prosperity may someday come, or they may not, but regardless of outcome, the Stoic finds joy in virtuous toil today. Talk of dreams too often breeds vanity and distraction from present work. But by keeping silent and firmly fixed on each tiny step ahead, the Stoic makes real the impossible. Their quiet persistence carves valleys, moves mountains, one day at a time. For dreams spoken may just as easily become regrets. But dreams guarded closely, combined with inner resilience, these shape the world within first, so that outer world transformation may follow after. This is the Stoic's way. The Stoic sage does not speak of the trials they have yet to surmount or the flaws that still cause them to stumble. To admit struggles not yet conquered would expose cracks in their character, undermining the image of solid wisdom they seek to project. Stoics portray mastery, never doubt. Challenges faced and faults owned are kept silent, known only to the Stoic themselves. They journals their shortcomings and privately charts their growth, always pushing to better embody the virtues. But outwardly they share only their strengths, never seeking pity or making excuses for their weaknesses. Suffering and imperfection, while inevitable, are not proper conversational fodder. The Stoic focuses on the discipline required to overcome their troubles, not on lament or complaint. They know that vocalizing struggle can breed further struggle. So through quiet discipline, rigorous self-analysis, and daily practice of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, the Stoic actively transforms their stumbling blocks into stepping stones. But the process remains an internal one, for admitting weakness may prevent us from becoming truly strong. The wise Stoic keeps their personal troubles hidden, never complaining of the difficulties and setbacks life inflicts. Fate's weave contains both good and ill. To discuss one's problems appears as ignorance of this fact. The Stoic endures life's adversities with quiet resolve, betraying no emotion nor self-pity. Hardships faced are seen not as burdens to lament, but opportunities to practice resilience and grow in wisdom. By dwelling composedly on solutions, not difficulties, the Stoic transmutes misfortune into personal progress. They journal privately to process challenges, but never share troubles outwardly. For giving voice to grievances amplifies distress and projects an image of weakness. Complaints and excuses are but futile swipes at the flowing river of fate. Acceptance and discipline focus chart the swiftest course ahead. By keeping silent on personal problems, the Stoic trains themselves to meet each new trial with poised resourcefulness, not helpless flailing. For within every difficulty, seeds of growth are planted, and by watering these seeds with virtuous action, not complaints, the Stoic cultivates the fertile soil from which inner strength blooms. The Stoic sage never speaks of the doubts that cloud their mind or the uncertainties that trouble their heart. Outwardly, they project complete confidence, professing to know life's purpose and possess unshakable conviction. Yet inwardly, they are but an aspiring philosopher, questioning much and sure of little. To openly discuss one's doubts is to undermine the authority one aims to build. So the Stoic grapples silently with life's unknowns, presenting only the wisdom claimed but not yet completely embodied. They explore philosophy tirelessly to forge their shaky notions into hardened principles. But this remains a private journey, an internal forging of certainty through trial, error, and daily Stoic practice. In public, the Stoic pretends to know while secretly striving to understand. Over time, uncertainty dissolves into conviction, play acting into genuine wisdom. Yet doubts always resurface as new challenges arise. The wise therefore retain a beginner's mind, open and questioning in private, while exuding authority and assurance when eyes are upon them. They share conclusions, not the winding road that led there, for admitting doubt may cause others to doubt us. By voicing certainty, we help shape it. The Stoic sage wastes no breath complaining about the twists of fate or circumstances thrust upon them. Life's unfolding is fixed, far beyond human control or understanding. To complain is to struggle senselessly against the unconquerable current of events, destined since birth. It gains nothing but fruitless turmoil. All things happen just as they must, from the rising of the sun to the minutest inconvenience. By training their will to accept rather than resent the inevitable, the Stoic finds sanctuary within, a deep wellspring of peace. When situations trigger discomfort or misfortune befalls them, they redirect attention to cultivating the four virtues: wisdom, justice, moderation, and courage. External factors cannot influence this inner work. Though the world may roil in chaos, the Stoic mind remains tranquil, focused on aligning action with right principle. Complaints and grudges only breed more suffering, pulling the sage from their purpose. Acceptance and discipline forge an impenetrable inner fortress. Fate's winds and waves crash but cannot penetrate. This unshakable poise is the Stoic's crowning achievement, worth infinitely more than vain resistance. The virtuous Stoic refrains from disclosing the flaws and wrongdoings of others. They know people's shortcomings are often products of ignorance, not malice. Harsh words spread only bitterness, not wisdom. By silently holding their tongue, the Stoic avoids breeding resentment between themselves and neighbors. Only someone who has conquered their own failures has earned the right to guide another's growth. The wise remain humbly aware of how far from sagehood they stand. Their efforts focus inward on perfecting reason, ethics, and self-mastery, not outward on judging and changing others. Flawed people fill the world, yet virtue remains rare. The Stoic strives to increase this scarce goodness through disciplined self-improvement, not by berating vice. They endure wrongs with patience and lead by upright example, for fiery judgment only perpetuates animosity and division. But where there is patience and understanding, the soil becomes fertile for wisdom to take root. The Stoic seeks to sow seeds of enlightenment subtly and peacefully, never through hostile decree. By swallowing sharp words and living virtuously, they pave a gentle path for others to follow in their own time. This quiet leading, by doing, uplifts humanity far more than any harsh disclosures on the faults of fellow travelers ever could. The sage knows that passing judgment on others is akin to judging oneself. It stems from the vice of arrogance and breeds only discord. Those swift to condemn often lack the empathy and wisdom to understand different walks of life. The Stoic instead remains silent, letting actions speak louder than opinions. People's value stems not from status, wealth, or choices, but their equal inherent worth as reasoning beings. When we judge a person in entirety based on limited perceptions, we reduce our shared humanity. The wise avoid such demeaning generalizations, instead seeking the good lying dormant in each soul. Stoics focus their critical eye inward, not outward. Judging others comes naturally. Improving oneself takes a lifetime of discipline. By working daily to perfect reason, ethics, and wisdom, the Stoic grows kinder and more understanding of different lives and trials. They know that true vision sees the whole of reality, not just single snapshots through a narrow lens. Silence on the faults of others is not approval, but humility and compassion. The Stoic reserves their harshest judgment for their own shortcomings. Guided by this self-discipline, their life glows as a beacon, gently illuminating the path to virtue. Wise souls speak often by saying little, and by holding their tongue on others' vices, the sage makes space for virtues to arise. A true Stoic understands that a secret revealed is power lost. They hold closely guarded the private details and hidden vulnerabilities that others entrust to them. Sacred silence is the mark of honor and trustworthiness. Loose tongues spread secrets like fire sparks on dry wood. But the wise absorb sensitive knowledge within an iron vault, letting no hint nor clue slip out. They know that power lies not in careless revelation, but calculated concealment, and the deepest wisdom sees that another's weakness, when kept confidential, reveals our own humanity. The Stoic views private matters as loans to safeguard, not gifts to surrender. They return secrets intact upon request, or else bear them in silence to the grave. By discussing intimate affairs, we reduce them into idle gossip. But by holding them with grave dignity, we transform gossip into agency. For a secret kept grants its holder strength and purpose where once they had none. So the Stoic listens closely as people unveil their hidden trials and fears. In return for this gift of trust, they offer the giver power over them, ever so slightly. And by voicing not a word to another soul, they prove themselves worthy of this power. In silence, honor; in honor, friendship; in friendship, peace profound. The Stoic sage understands that vocalizing goals and dreams can drain their power. True ambition remains locked silently inside, known only to one's self. The wise keep their own counsel, speaking little of imagined glories yet to come. Verbalizing ambitions exposes them to failure, compromise, or the limiting beliefs of others. But holding aspirations closely, revealed to no one, allows plans to ripen within, independently of external forces. The Stoic tends this private garden of purpose through daily action, moving steadily but quietly toward fruition. Those who loudly proclaim what they will do often accomplish little. Their fragile dreams wither under scrutiny, but independence, tenacity, and inner clarity arise from keeping one's own visions sacred, shared sparingly. The sage knows that voicing goals carelessly can reap only emptiness, but guarding ambition inside fosters the focused persistence to attain whatever the mind can conceive. So the Stoic gives shape to future triumph through silent inward vision combined with disciplined outward skill. They do what must be done today to manifest tomorrow's dream, leaving noisy pronouncements to boastful dreamers. True achievers allow their actions, not words, to foreshadow coming victories. And by embracing the present fully, they make the imagined future real. The path of the Stoic is lined with subjects deemed forbidden not out of dogma, but wisdom. By steering clear of vain, preferred indifference, prideful deeds, fragile dreams, confessed weaknesses, voiced complaints, crippling doubts, harsh judgments, loose tongues, and proclaimed ambitions, the Stoic cultivates an unconquerable inner domain, a sanctuary of virtue, honor, and purpose. This is the sacred ground from which true mastery springs. Not mastery of wealth, accolades, or external elements, but mastery over the self, our perceptions, principles, and potential for wisdom. Avoiding forbidden subjects trains us to channel energy inward, perfecting our reason, ethics, and philosophical character. With this foundation forged, worthy achievement cannot help but follow. The disciplines of Stoicism transform idle talk into mindful action. Adopt them, and you adopt timeless practices that uplift humanity, strengthen society, and help write the next virtuous chapter in history. We are co-authors in this grand saga. Play your essential part by embracing the core principles that guide heroes, heal divisions, and ennoble lives. This begins with mindset. Digest this wisdom. Apply it. Make it your own. Let it grow inside you, nurtured by contemplation and daily practice. Soon you will harvest the rich fruits of imperturbability, and by planting seeds silently through noble action, you can help this empowering philosophy take root in fertile minds everywhere. We rise by lifting others. The Stoic journey is solitary yet unified under the broad sky of wisdom. May you travel it with courage. I will walk with you in spirit. Now go, friend, and let virtue be your guide.